Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. So the end of the game is very rapidly approaching. We've just acquired the full power of the Triforce and used it to quite literally crush Demise here in this time. However, Ghirahim had other plans and had one last trick up his sleeve. He's kidnapped Zelda, taken her to the past through the Gate of Time here in order to revive Demise there. So obviously we can't let that stand. We've got to go get her back and stop his plans once and for all. So before we go, let's go ahead and talk to our two friends here. And yeah, it is pretty unthinkable. We were basically celebrating because we'd practically won. But we've still got one last thing to do. So quickly open the gate. Yep, let's go back. Let's talk to Groose here. It's kind of crazy that Groose has ended up being such a main character, isn't it? Like, at the beginning of the game, he was kind of just this big dope that kept pestering us for no reason. I guess he was jealous or something. But here he is standing with us right at the end of things. So I think that's pretty cool. So there's nothing left to do here in the present time. All we have to do now is go back to the past and chase after Ghirahim. So let's go ahead, open the Gate of Time, and do so. So back in the past, in the Temple of Hylia, we can see Impa has kind of been downed here. I guess Ghirahim probably tagged her on the way out. Yeah, he appeared out of thin air. I mean, there's probably nothing you could do about that. We gotta chase after him, of course. So we ran through the front doors here, which means we do actually get to leave the temple. We don't get to go very far here in the past, but we at least get to kind of check out, you know, the general sealed grounds area. So let's go ahead and open this. Dude, what was he doing dancing like that down there, man? He was taking all that time, wasting all that time just taunting us. So, of course, he's sending this huge horde of bokoblins. I mean, these guys probably number like in the hundreds in total. But basically, as you can see, I'm just avoiding them all. Assuming you just keep sprinting, they really can't do anything. There are, of course, going to be a few times where we're forced to fight when the way in front of us gets blocked, and will not open up until we've defeated all the enemies in the region. So at this point, what I like to do, probably the easiest way to take out large numbers of them, assuming I can, oh man, there's a lot of these guys. Okay, and we turn around and we do a Skyward Strike. I was a little slow on it, so I got hit. Sometimes that happens when there are so many swords being, you know, swung at you. But I like to just, oh, that was a really good one. I like to just charge up these Skyward Strikes and go at it. The guys in the helmets will block it, which will kind of keep it from traveling forward sometimes. But once you're down to pretty much just these guys, you can go with regular sword swipes. It's no big deal. And of course, all the regular bokoblin hordes just go down with one shot of Skyward Strike or anything else. So that makes it a little bit easier to do. So now we've got these guys lobbing bombs at us. We're going to be actually kind of encountering a few new sort of varieties of bokoblins. They do a lot of different things. There are bomb guys. They're going to be archers later on, and there's You know, a couple new ones in particular. We'll get there when we get there. But for now, we've got... This is kind of an annoying one with all these giant moblins. Oh, look at that. They all got blown up by the bombs. That was perfect. Alright, there we go. And if we can get these guys to get blown up, there we go. So you can kind of use their own bombs to your advantage. That actually went quite well. We've only got these few guys and then the moblins to take care of at this point. Alright, so let's just pick one and go after him. They actually go down pretty quickly with our True Master Sword. It actually does quite a lot of damage, especially compared to earlier in the game when we fought them before. There we go. Alright, so we managed to take all those out with no damage. That's actually pretty good. You'll usually get tagged once or twice, you know, just running around. It kind of happens. The good news is, since there are so many enemies, you're pretty much guaranteed to get all the heart drops you need and more. So really, health is not too much of a concern here. So at this point, we just keep on running until we get blocked again. Yeah, you see there's some archers along the way here. We're gonna get blocked off one more time. And this time you can see they're just sticking us with one blue guy, which you think really isn't that bad. And for now, we're kind of just going to avoid him. Oh, man. Yeah, that's kind of why they just throw him at us. He seems to be, I guess, like kind of trained by Ghirahim himself. You know, so he has kind of that charging attack, very similar to one that he's used against us in boss fights before. Oh, man. So essentially, if we just keep running, he'll generally miss. He doesn't have the best aim in the world. I'm just trying to thin out these guys' numbers a little bit. Alright, there we go. That was pretty good. Alright, so now it's just me and him, and if we want, we can shield bash his attack. That's probably the best way to take this guy out. He takes quite a few hits, maybe like 8 or so in total, but still really not too much problem. And again, the heart drops are plentiful, so I'm not worried about this one bit. Now we're going to have these guys with horns, which we're going to deal with them in a little bit. Of course, right now we're still just running away, but we are going to have to do something special for them when the time comes as well. Okay, now I believe this is the last time we're going to get blocked off. They're going to spawn a couple of Stalfos. Those guys really aren't too much trouble. The real threat here, I'm going to go ahead and get out the whip because it turns out we're going to need it. The first thing I like to do is just thin out the numbers quite a bit. There aren't really any that can block you. And then once you find the one that has the horn, chase after him with the whip. And of course I got held up, so actually I may still be able to catch him here. He runs away a lot, and it's actually very annoying. So I may just want to thin these guys out again. Alright, there he is. Oh, man. The key is just getting to that. Okay, here we go. Oh, man, he ran away too fast. There we go. You want to steal the horn away from him. As long as he's got that horn, he'll just keep calling in reinforcements. You can just kill the guy, but it turns out other bokoblins will pick up the horn. So, you know, it's really in your best interest to just steal it away, get it off the field as soon as you can. So now we can pretty much just use Skyward Strikes to clear these guys out. Except for the Stalfos, they're all just basic bokoblins. So now it's basically just down to these 3 here. Oh man, I'm getting really reckless here. But you can see there are tons of hearts back here anyway, so it's not like it really matters. Okay, so this should be the final stretch, I believe. We've just got to make it down to the bottom. You can see we're getting very close. Now, there's the setup of archers here at the end that I pretty much always get hit by. You can do that sort of thing to sort of fake them out and then run by them afterwards. But if you just keep spreading, you'll pretty much always get hit. I usually don't care. I just wanted to try to avoid some damage there. So now we've got one last horde to deal with. These guys are still very simple. Again, Skyward Strikes is the best way to go. I like to go over here because they get funneled into that little bottleneck, and you can just send a strike out at them. Unfortunately, that one went kind of up for some reason. I'm not sure why. So it's going to take a few more, but we can just keep up the same strategy. There's only 2 left, so let's just hit them. And more recovery if you need it. Alright, and now it's the fight with Demon Lord Ghirahim one more time. He pretty much gave away the strategy in his little dialogue there. We need to just keep hitting this guy until we force him to the edge. And of course, blocking his attacks whenever he sees fit to hit us. And then once we knock him off the edge, do a fatal blow and stab him right in the heart on the way down. Now we're just going to have to repeat this a couple times. Of course, it's going to be a little bit trickier each time. So let's just keep doing this until we see him attack. Okay, or do that. Now at this point, you have to be very careful not to hit the purple parts on his hands. Otherwise, he will switch places with you. So if you have him right at the very edge, he'll throw you around and you'll be right on the edge instead. That's pretty bad. Alright, so let's do this for the third time. Alright, I got lucky and he hasn't really been seeming to want to attack too much. So we can knock him off for a third time, stab him again. And now it's going to be a little bit more traditional. He's drawn his sword. We're pretty used to dealing with him in this state. So we can, basically, the only way you can damage him is with stabs this time. When he does this, you can hit it back and forth, play a little bit of tennis. Classic Zelda staple here. Once it hits him, he gets stunned. Stabbing repeatedly is difficult to do. But let's do this again. Alright, and we finished that form. I don't know if you can do that form with a bottle. That seems to be also kind of a classic Zelda thing. I've never tried it, but I would be kind of interested to know. So now we're going to start up the third form where he's got this giant sword here. What I generally like to do is just shield... Oh man, I timed that pretty poorly. There we go. And then he's going to put his sword in front of him and we just try to hit it from the same side. Unfortunately, it's kind of tricky to do sometimes because it's hard to tell when he's going to actually swing it around. Oh man. Okay, I need to just sit back and take my time with this. I'm trying to go too fast. Okay, there we go. That wasn't the cleanest in the world. You can do that in like 4 shots, but you know, as long as we do it, that's all that matters. Okay, that was pretty bad. There we go. So you can do it in 4 if you get it just right. You just have to be patient with it. So there we go. Man, what do you even say about that scene? It's pretty cool. I really like the end game to this game here. So, unfortunately, we were unable to prevent Demise's resurrection in this time. Ghirahim stalled us just long enough that he was able to pull it off. However, Demise, for some reason, has decided, well, he can wait a little bit for us to decide if we want to come fight. You know, here's a portal if you want to stop by. So, obviously, once we step in that swirling black darkness there, that's going to be it. That's pretty much the point of no return. So if at this point you've got some other things in the game you want to do, maybe you haven't gotten the Hylian Shield, haven't gotten all 20 hearts, gratitude crystals, this is the time to do it, because once we head in there, that is the point of no return. Obviously, there's a bird statue there if you want to make one last save. Also, pretty good to check on your inventory. You can see I am definitely good to go. So at this point, I think we're ready. We've taken care of everything. Let's head into the portal and go face Demise. And of course, this is the final check, making sure you know you can't come back until you beat him. But yeah, we're ready. Let's do it. And now it's time to take on the final boss, Demise himself. So right away here, this is a really interesting arena for a final boss fight. I actually like it quite a lot. I think it works really well. But now, if you'll kind of just give me a minute here, I'm going to try to do this the, I guess, the manly way, so to speak. So let's see if I can pull this off. There you go. That's the way you take care of things. You can kind of like chain your shield bashes there, because once you hit him, he's going to immediately strike back. So you can kind of use that to your advantage and get a rhythm going. Now, this is the second part where things are not going to be so easy. The general strategy here, oh man, you can sidestep that if you're fast enough, but I took a little too long. With the general strategy here is to try to get a Skyward Strike charged. You can see it doesn't quite work exactly the same way that it does kind of in the real world, I guess. You pretty much just have to wait for lightning to strike your sword. Sometimes it can take a while, and sometimes it's instantaneous. You can see here I am having no luck, so we have to block a charge. Alright, then whenever he does that, you can sidestep him and then throw yours at him. Basically, you have to stun him if you want to get any shots in. Because once he has his sword charged, it's obviously electrified, which means you'll take damage if you even so much as try. So once you hit him enough, eventually he'll go down like this. But we're gonna wait because, as you can see, we're gonna have to hit him with a fatal blow. And he gets up so fast the first time that there's really no way for you to hit him there. But if we can get another strike charge here, there we go. We might do it this time if I get the timing right.
Majesty'Meister, 인식사실은